What's going on, everyone? It's GadgetsBoy. Welcome to another video, and today we have the brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. So this is the smallest out of the three new devices launched. So you have the S21 Plus 5G and the S21 Ultra 5G as well. But this is probably the one that most people are going to go for because it's reasonably priced at just £769 or something like that. And also it's smaller as well, compact in hands, and it looks fantastic in terms of colorway as well. But let's unbox it and actually see what it's all about. And actually, before I get into that, you guys can see straight away that this box is slimmer as well. It's smaller, so that's because they've taken something out of the box. Let's have a look. So here it is. As you can see, like I was saying, the box is quite slim. So looks a bit like the iPhone box where there's no charger in the box. So it's a lot slimmer than you would normally get, maybe a bit thicker normally. So this is what you get now. Let's open it up. So this is the S21 5G, and I believe this is the Phantom Violet version as well. So this, out of the color range that they brought, actually, this is one of my favorite ones apart from the all black one and the S21 Ultra. So this is the device. As you can see, 6.2-inch display there. It's got some stickers on here which will take off as well. Woo! And it's got that matte haze finishing as well. So again, just for less fingerprint on there. More stickers there covering the camera. Got that 3 cameras there, triple camera setup, and it wraps around on the side as well. So this is a much better design in my opinion in terms of the camera wrapping around it. So that contour cut design that they've got going on here looks much better for me than the previous edition where it just stands out on the back and it's just slapped on the back for no reason. That's what it looks like anyway. And then we go around, you have the power button there and the volume rockers on the side, and on the bottom we have the USB-C port, and your SIM card is on the bottom as well. I haven't seen them do this in a long time, but it's nice to have that SIM card slot on the bottom again. So let me take is that a screen protector? Nope. It's probably one installed, but really, yeah, there's a screen protector installed on there as well, but it's really stuck to it, which is really good. So you won't come off very easily anyway in the first couple of weeks of use before it starts to bubble up and that kind of stuff. So with the camera on the back, you get a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. You get a standard 12 megapixel main camera lens as well, and a 64 megapixel telephoto lens on the back. Elsewhere in the box, as always, you get SIM ejector tool there, so don't lose that. You're going to need that to get your SIM card installed. Let's rip this apart. You get a quick start guide. Give that a read if you need to do so. And although they've taken out that charging brick, you still get a USB-C to USB-C cable. We'll just rip that apart. There you go. So you get the USB-C to USB-C cable. So again, if you have a charging brick already, which I do for my previous Samsung devices, I can just use that and not have to worry about that at all. But that's it for the box, nothing else in there. So here we are all set up. We have a 6.2-inch Full HD Plus, and it's LTPS as well, and it gives you 120 Hz refresh on there. The software that this is running is a One UI 3.1 based on Android 11, and you have Exynos 2100 in this region, although some regions might get Snapdragon 888. We have a battery in there which is 4,000 mAh battery. Big enough for the size that it is, and hopefully that will last the whole day. We'll put that to test for the final review. It's got 5G, Wi-Fi 6, so it doesn't have Wi-Fi 6E like the Ultra, and you have Bluetooth 5.1. Already spoke about the camera already on the back, so again, you get 12 megapixel, and a 64 megapixel telephoto lens on the back. What's also new as well is you get a bigger fingerprint sensor area, so on the front here, it's a lot quicker, a lot more accurate, and again, when you're using wet finger, that kind of stuff, it works a lot better than the previous edition. Going into settings to see if there's anything that's new in here as well. If you go into connections, pretty much looks the same, nothing really new there. Where there might be some changes is when we go into display settings, where we get motion smoothness, so adaptive at the full resolution, so you can switch between those two, so you can go 60 Hz, or you can just go 120 Hz at all times, up to you. Well, in adaptive, it just means that will switch as well. So depending on what you're doing when you're gaming, you get the full 120 Hz refresh, for example, or up to 120 Hz. And when you're watching movies, that might change, or when you're browsing the web, that might change as well, just to save your battery as well. Something else that's new is Eye Comfort Shield. And with this, it just means it uses AI to learn my routine, and we get adaptive, or you can choose custom sort of color filter that goes on top of it. So less blue light emission, which is good for your eyes as well, which I would always switch on unless I'm editing photos. Then I want the true color accuracy for that sort of stuff. For biometrics, as well as that fingerprint sensor, we also still have that facial recognition as well, so you can use that if you wish to do so. You've also got your pattern unlock as well still, that hasn't changed, and pin code unlock as well if you prefer to use those things. Inside camera settings, you'll also notice some updates when it comes to single take, so they've added a couple of things to it as well. So if you go down here, you can see now that you have highlighted feed videos, all the things that you have speed effect clips, which is a bit like a speed ramping. So when you're filming things, you can speed ramp, which looks pretty cool. And also we have the regular stuff is still there: filtered videos, filtered photos, portraits, wide crop shots. And you also have a mode on there that means if you take a photo of a landscape and the sky's moving, the sky can remain moving and the rest of the photo might remain still, which is pretty cool. I'll put that to test as well to see how that works and what benefit that offers you as a user. Inside the Pro mode, we see what else we have here. We have Director's View, which is new. And with Director's View, it means, as you can see there, we have picture-in-picture. We can change different views as well. You can change different cameras out of the 3 cameras that this have. So ultra-wide, standard, or telephoto. We can shoot in those mode. But if you put in normal mode, that's probably what you do most of the time. And then that's me. You can move that around in terms of picture-in-picture. And you can also change that as well if you wanted top-down split, as you can see, or if you want single, so you can just see a single shot that you're shooting, but that will defeat the purpose of having it. So you probably have picture-in-picture, or you can split it. In terms of that zoom capability as well, so you got you can zoom up to 30 times up on there, and with this you have a zoom lock as well, which is that little thing in the corner there, so you can tap that to activate zoom lock. So again, it just means whatever you're viewing remains in focus and stable as well, which is a welcome addition, to be honest. But otherwise, I'll probably use my standard telephoto lens. I probably won't zoom that far, because I think up to 10 times zoom for me is the sweet spot. Anything more than that just defeats the purpose, and it's a bit useless to share any content from it online or wherever you need to share your content. What you'll also notice is that in settings, a lot of the video settings are not in here anymore. What they've done now is, if you go back out, up top is where you can change those settings. So for example, Full HD Auto, you can change all the way to 8K 24 frames per second. Up on there, disappears so quickly. UHD 60 frames there, UHD 30, Full HD Auto, or you can go Full HD up till like 60 frames per second. You can do that right at the top. When you shoot 8K, there are limitations to zoom in as well, so you can do 6 times zoom when you shoot in 8K. That's the limitation there. But afterwards, you can always take that 30 megapixel still from that shot as well. But you have to shoot 8K for 24 frames to get that. Super Steady is on as well, but this again has its limitations. It means you can only shoot Full HD at 60 frames or Full HD at 30 frames per second. And also zoom in limitations are there as well when you're using super steady mode, so you have to bear that in mind. So overall first impressions is I like the compact size of it, I like the design, it looks beautiful, but you are missing some of those extra perks that you get with the S21 Ultra, for example. All in all of them doesn't come with that micro SD card slot, expansion slot, so you have to opt out for the 128 gig version or the 256 gig version. So if you're thinking of shooting 8K videos a lot, you might want to opt for that 256 gig of internal storage. You have 8 gig of RAM, so it's more than enough for speed and multitasking and gaming. So again, we'll put Exynos to test when it comes to the graphics capabilities, but we'll find out when we get to that level of testing. Also, in terms of charging, you get 25 watts fast charge support. It also has that wireless charging as well if you still want to do that, but there's no 45 watts supercharge this time, unfortunately, but 25 watts is still more than enough. You still get to charge your phone up very quickly. Also, if you're just looking for the next S series device to buy, then you can go for the S21. If you want something that offers just a bit more, then it's the S21 Plus with the extra battery capacity. But if you want the full whack, everything, or the full experience of what the Galaxy device has to offer, then you go for the S21 Ultra, because that gives you big battery, 5,000 mAh battery, better display, S Pen support if that's your thing, and better front-facing camera as well. For example, this one only offers 10 megapixel front-facing shooter, so it probably offers better autofocus as well, better telephoto with the dual telephoto lens on the S21 Ultra. But yeah, if you're just looking for the next S21 device, you're just looking to upgrade to one of them without all the extra bits being the main important factor for you, then this is the one to look at. So that's it for the Samsung Galaxy S21. As always, if you have any questions, drop them below. I'll leave relevant links there to check it out for yourself. And also, if you have anything you want me to check out in the review, let me know as well in the comments below. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit that bell notification as well, so you'll be one of the first people to know every time I upload a new video up on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.